Hello, my divinities. Welcome, welcome. So, let's go ahead and just get this incense on real quick. Leave this here because it's still releasing. Oh my God, this damn candle. There we go. I did not want to go out. All right. Let's dive straight in. What is the energy? Oh, there we go. I'm only going to pull one, Pallas Athena, and the one at the bottom, 10th house. Oh my God. This is wild because I set the intention today that the energy that came through, I wanted it to have to do with the upcoming transits, the upcoming eclipses. It's important because we have a full or total lunar eclipse on March 14th, 2025. And then we've got a partial solar eclipse March 29th. And the way I felt the energy, it's like we've got to start preparing now, which is why I went ahead and did this. And the upcoming zodiac sign readings that I'm going to be doing, we're going to be using these cards because it's relevant. So let's go ahead and start with 10th house. Authority, number 48. Okay. So it says, if your chart were a village map, the 10th house would hold the courthouse, government seat, and the public face of your work. OMG. Okay. Because this is worldwide. Everything is kind of going crazy right now. Where was I? Oh yeah, and here is the arena for your most public self, your relationship to authority figures, and your role as a leader. Action. You are being asked to step up and take on the next level of personal authority. It's hard to build something without a clear blueprint, so look at your definition of a strong leader and decide whether you need to amend it. Remember how you felt as a kid about your parents, the school principal, priests, police, and teachers, and observe whether they use their responsibility wisely and encourage you to develop yours, or whether you needed to rebel to be safe. Notice your relationship to the concept of divine authority and investigate if it was something to be feared, ignored, or expanded. Did it offer you safety and refuge? These patterns affect both how you react to outside authority and what you expect from yourself as a parent, professional, or leader. Sort between the traits that worked and those not worth emulating. Deconstruct assumptions about authority that no longer serve you. Authority is no longer what other people carry. It is what you are developing within. Take responsibility for healing old wounds around empowerment and create new blueprints. If needed, tell off someone who abused their authority, either in person, in therapy, or in a letter you burn and release. Get the training and certification you need. Create a mental collage of good role models, people who lead in a way that empower others. Create a clear picture of competent, responsible, lovable, and empowering authority. Step into that role and be that pillar in your community and family with confidence. Challenge. A bully is a parody of true leadership. Be careful not to mistake power over other people as equal to empowerment within. Gift. Wherever you are in your evolution, it's time to take the next step up the mountain of leadership, empowerment, and accomplishment. Boy, is that relevant. Okay. Now, number 30 is Pallas Athena. Think. So this says, Pallas Athena speaks of a sharp and guarded intellect. Mythological Athena is the goddess of wisdom, intellect, skills, strategy, and defense. Her father, Zeus, swallowed her mother, Metis, goddess of wise counsel and planning, possibly to hide her from his spouse, Hera. Athena gave her father a pounding headache, then leapt fully grown and completely armored from her father's forehead. This powerful goddess could beat the males at their own game and challenge the world to never underestimate feminine strength and wisdom. Action. Pallas Athena loans you the ability to walk into a boardroom or other professional situation and be ready to take on any challenge completely in your power with just the right words at hand. Just ask her, Pallas Athena is within you. Speak to her. She can help you navigate the echelons of power, develop real skills, craft, articulation, and tech genius with her support and your concentration. Connect your trained knowledge, natural abilities, and that spark of divine fire. Just don't overdo the intellectual defenses. Make sure your intelligence and ability to rationalize don't cause more problems than they solve. Take off your helmet in the bedroom. Inventory yourself and see if you, like Athena, underestimate the power of the feminine, Inventory yourself and see if you, like Athena, underestimate the power of the feminine heart or emotional intelligence. Keep that mind connected to your heart. Challenge. Wherever you are on the gender spectrum, do not think you need to deny or disrespect the feminine, the anima, and the heart in yourself and others in order to access brilliant intelligence and competence. Gift. Ask for help when you need it, and divine answers will reveal themselves. You can think through this situation with a combination of rigorous logic and a real curiosity about the truth, all connected to an open heart. Okay. This is feeling a lot like feminine authority. We'll see. We shall see. We shall see. Let's give our cards some space here. Let's dive in. What does this have to do with today's collective? And I'm hearing, we're going to do this one differently. Ooh. Okay, so we've got the Three of Staves, the King of Cups, the Ace of Swords. There we go. That's today's reading. The first half, you know how usually I do part 1, part 2? I'm not going to do that today. I don't know if I'm going to continue or not, but for today, this one is going to be what part 1 usually is. I'm going to make it free for everybody. Okay, so we got Ace of Staves, Strength, Ace of Cups, 6 of Cups, 2 of Cups, damn. So, sorry, her titties are out, but it's because she's confident, okay? Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Swords is already here. There's an opportunity here, especially for feminine wisdom. Now, again, it's not about gender, because here we have a King of Cups. A King of Cups is a very feminine king, because to be the King of Cups, you have to embrace your feminine. So it's not about gender. It's about stepping into our feminine wisdom, because we have to step into a place of authority. The Ace of Staves obviously is indicating, and along with the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Swords, is indicating an opportunity. And I think the aces are here in different forms because there's different kinds of opportunity. There's different types of leadership needed. It's essential, especially with the 6 of Cups that comes out here after the Ace of Cups, to really be looking at how we were taught in childhood that authority was carried out, because that's going to dictate what type of things we need to work on. Especially with the 3 of Staves. This is, hold on, I didn't want to do this for the whole reading, but I really feel like I want to look that one up. 3 of Staves. So the 3 of Staves represents successful conclusion of a journey or project, leaping back into the mainstream of activity, following a period of withdrawal or inactivity, inheritance, passing power, wealth, or wisdom to the next generation. So this is especially for those of you who feel like you have a spiritual inheritance that it's your duty to share with the world, with the next generations. Let's go ahead and read the staves. So the Ace of Staves is elemental fire, flame, light, warmth, energy, growth, enterprise, beginnings, potential, activity, initiative, creativity. Conversely, the destructive, burning use of fire or light. In this case, this is very much about initiation, right? Enterprise, because again, it's talking about growth. So this is not just spiritual. This is like creating a business, a spiritual business, but again, multiple types, many types, because there's people out there that want to, maybe they want to do tarot. There's people out there that want to open a spiritual shop and sell crystals. There's people out there that want to open an apothecary. There's people out there that want to do Reiki and healing sessions and the Akashic Records. There's all kinds of businesses, but this is like spiritual inheritance leading to physical inheritance as well. Let's look at the King of Cups, because this is King Arthur. A responsible, learned person. Interest in the arts and sciences. A person with powerful emotions who has developed incredible control over them. This emotional mastery is used to unleash emotion at appropriate times. So maybe this is especially relevant for those of you who are in this state of being very closed off to your feminine side. Very, like, you may have built yourself into a powerful person, but you feel like you have to be very masculine. You associate masculinity with power. You do not associate femininity with power. And this is teaching you that emotion can be powerful as well when it's used appropriately. Interesting. I mean, obviously I've been saying that, but I'm curious why it's coming up now, or for who it's coming up now. So the Ace of Swords is the element of air, the power of the intellect, the ability to think and reason. Like the other aces, it embodies the potential of the suit. It does not actualize or manifest sword qualities. So it's like the opportunity could be to tap into, okay, I feel like, again, it's a spectrum. For some of you, maybe you have all the feminine energy, it's about stepping into the masculine. For others of you, you may have all the masculine energy, it's about stepping into the feminine. So it's going to resonate on a spectrum, right? Nine of Cups, before we start clarifying. Nine of Cups is communities, community celebration, public events, fellowship, sistership, joining a group of people who share similar interests and or values. Conversely, hollow rituals, meaningless celebrations, and events that are devoid of substance. So I feel like this is very important to build community. Very important. Especially if you are somebody who's meant to lead, start building a community. Because again, this is where those of you often when I use the Empress or the Queens in readings, or the Kings or the Emperor, a lot of you feel like that's you. If that's you, you should be a leader, right? Because that's what a king or a queen does. That's what an empress or an emperor does. There is no emperor or empress without a kingdom. There is no king or queen without subjects. So who is your community? Let's see. Let's clarify. Clarify the Ace of Wands for me. Six of Wands. Clarify the Ace of Wands for me. And the other reading, I'm feeling drawn to do a spicy love reading. I'm not sure why, but yeah, that'll be the other reading on Patreon. Ten of Wands. Clarify Ace of Wands. And the Four of Wands. The Seven of Swords. Ooh, Ace of Wands again. Justice. High Priestess. Tower. Hierophant. Damn. Ace of Swords again. I'm fucking telling you. Look, whoever this is for, you're avoiding your responsibility. You're dodging it. Seven of Swords. You're being all squirrely and you're telling the universe, no. I want the power of a high priestess. I want the authority of a high priestess. I want to teach others, but I don't want to do it publicly. Well, how the fuck are you going to create a community? So with the Tower, it's, I don't think you're being given a choice right now. If you sat there accepting the initiation, the authority, the intuition and power, the ability to be a catalyst for others, the ability to teach and reason and use logic, you accepted all of that for your growth. What do you think that was for? You think that was just for you to journal amazing passages for yourself? No, that was for you to lead a community. That was so that you can help others. So with the Six of Wands, you're about to be very visible. And with the Ten of Wands, I really feel like there's a lot of resistance because being visible, being in the spotlight is uncomfortable for a lot of you. And who is not uncomfortable in the spotlight? I think a lot of you really underestimate how much it's uncomfortable for everyone. Look at how people treat famous people. They don't look at them like humans. They like, as if you have need any proof, go to any Instagram or Facebook page or TikTok of any famous person. Go look at the comments. Half of them love them, the other half hate them. Everything that they do. That comes with fame. And if you're somebody who accepted work on yourself, that's what you were being prepared for, so that you didn't let those words affect you. So with the Four of Wands, a life shift is coming up. Four of Wands, remember, it is a pivotal moment. It's a milestone. A milestone is coming up because it's time. It's time to step into your authority. Clarify the Three of Staves. It's time to pass on that knowledge to the next generations. Look, another ace. Wow. Ace of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. God damn. Clarify Three of Wands. Clarify the Three of Staves or Three of Wands. Temperance. Judgment. Look. Emperor. God damn. I'm telling you that this is for both. This is not just about women. It's about men too. But it's about men. To be able to step into Emperor energy, you need to step into your feminine side, because the Emperor embodies both the masculine kings and the feminine kings. King of Cups, King of Pentacles, those are feminine kings. You can't really become an emperor without that. Same thing with an empress. She has to embody the feminine queens as well as the masculine queens. So whoever has sat here asking for growth, asking to be powerful, asking to be protected, I want you to think about this. I want you to be really honest with yourself. Do you really think that your spirit team, if you claim to have a powerful spirit team, you claim to have deities and angels and all this watching over you, you think that they're going to do that for just anybody? No, I'm going to be real with you. No, they don't. Not everybody can match with those type of entities. Think of it like in the physical world, who has bodyguards? People of high rank in something. People of high, like, they value their life highly. I'm not saying that they have to be valuable people, because some of them might be drug lords, you know. The people who hire bodyguards is because they put a high price on their life and they can afford to do so. Now, they also understand that the level of power and influence they carry means that they've also got powerful enemies. So they have to have bodyguards, right? So when you were given bodyguards, when you were given power, when you were given all this that the high priestess, the justice card, everything that came out embodies, what do you think it was for? It wasn't just for your amusement. It's because it was an initiation. And now it's all coming together. Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands. It's all here. It's time to display that strength. It's time to put that treatment into work. You've been carefully nurtured. Ten of Pentacles. This is a legacy. You have unlocked your legacy, and it's time to share it with others. This will lead into like physical 3D wealth, but it's not just about that. It's because in this 3D world, wealth equals influence. And to be able to influence other people, to be able to be in a place of authority, you've got to be in a place of wealth, right? And again, if you have issues with that, remember, we've got the The Money Blocks book club is coming up, okay? The Divine Feminine Entrepreneur, and that's not just women. If you're a man, you can join too. It's coming up to work through those money blocks. But Temperance is about, you're going to have to accept the good with the bad. You want all the privilege of being an empress. You want all the power, the protection, the intuition, the guidance that comes with being an empress. But you don't want the negative side of being someone of authority. No, that's not how it works. Clarify King of Cups. Four of Cups. Ooh. We got, look, Four of Cups, Three of Swords, Knight of Cups. With the Three of Wands. Page of Wands. Nine of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, the Fool. Interesting. Ooh, Spirit's in the mood to call people out. So, this is for both kings and queens. Again, this is not about gender. Because we had a King of Cups, but then over here we got Queen of Pentacles. So it's interesting because it's almost like saying you are resisting stepping into your power. Why? Because you're trying to impress the wrong people. Knight of Cups, Page of Wands, Fool, Knight of Wands. You're trying to impress. You've got like emotional connections. You've got a crush on people who are not even your equal. And you know this because you can't fully step into your place of authority because you feel like that'll scare them away. It will, because they're not meant to be your partner. Whether these are men or women, it doesn't fucking matter. You don't want to be rejected. You don't want to lose these people. And they're like, okay, well, by choosing those people, you're actually going to lose your spiritual inheritance. Which would you prefer? Because whoever this Knight of Cups is, whoever the Knight of Wands or the Page of Wands are, you can inspire them. But you'd have to step into your power. If you want them to grow, you have to grow. And right now, you're stagnating your growth because you don't want to lose these people. So you're trying to form community in the wrong place. And then you're wondering why it's not working out, because you don't fit in. You're not supposed to. You made the choice not to fit in a long time ago. And now you're kind of upset that it's not playing, like you can't be normal. You can't just have a normal life. So how are you trying to be the high priestess, the empress, a fucking queen even, and try to have a normal life? Have we not been over this, guys? What's going on? Where's the disconnect? Clarify Ace of Swords. So we've got the Sun, the Six of Swords, the World reversed. What I tell you, I knew it. Queen of Cups. I fucking knew it. Two of Swords. Knight, another knight, a Knight of Pentacles. I'm trying to understand why queens are waiting on knights. Why queens and kings are trying to impress immature people. Why? What are you getting out of it? Because all I'm seeing is that you're literally blocking yourself from moving forward. You're creating stagnancy for someone who isn't even your equal, let alone an inspiration to you. And right now, they're not mincing any words about it. They're being very clear because remember the Four of Wands that came up? We have the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Cups. Something is about to be offered to you. Something is about to happen. And if you don't get your shit together, you're not going to be ready, because you're over here focusing on the wrong things. You need to work on yourself. You need to work on your sense of confidence. You need to work on your identity, so that when the fame and the wealth and all these things do hit, you don't start spiraling because it's too much pressure. Right now is the time to move past your limiting beliefs, to move past your insecurities, to move past your blockages, because otherwise you're keeping yourself in this place of, oh, I can't. No, I can't. Eventually, the baton is going to be passed to someone else, because Spirit's not going to wait around for you forever. Remember, this is where free will and destiny meet, right? Is this your destiny? Yes. But you still can choose to not walk this path. You can choose to prefer a normal life. And if that's what you want, fine. But don't expect bodyguards. Do normal housewives have bodyguards? No. Do normal people doing normal things have gangsters in the spiritual world protecting them? No, they don't. You can't have it both ways. Like, this is why it blows my mind that people immediately identify with the Empress, with the Queens. And I'm like, okay, how are you displaying that though? How are you a spiritual leader to others? What community are you building? What authority have you established? What reasoning and logic and knowledge are you sharing? How do you know that this is who you are? Who we are displays in the 3D. What we have inside is displayed in this world. So when we don't have a community, when we don't have any type of leadership skills, what makes you think you're a queen or an empress or an emperor or a king? And if you know that you are, let's go then. Show it. Clarify Nine of Cups. Eight of Pentacles. The Five of Cups. Clarify the Nine of Cups. Oh, the Devil. Oh, she a devil. Queen of Swords. I fucking can't. I cannot. Did y'all see all the queens showing up? All of them. Look, Two of Cups. Ace of Cups. Death. King of Swords. So basically you're prioritizing your love life. You're prioritizing your love life over your spiritual path. You are prioritizing whatever that means. It doesn't matter whether you're single or not. It's about you prioritizing other things over your destiny, over your purpose. Life is going to happen, y'all. But if y'all let life get in the way of you accomplishing anything, if you're waiting for the perfect time is never going to come. And something about these eclipses, because that's the intention I set. When I was focusing on this reading, I was like, let's look at those eclipses. What is it that we need to look at? I mean, it couldn't really be clearer. The Nine of Cups, this is definitely about community, but it's about wishes come true through your community. You can't really accomplish a lot when you don't form bonds and connections with other people. With the Eight of Pentacles, is it going to take work? Abso-fucking-lutely, yes. Why? Because with the Five of Cups, you have allowed things that happened in the past to hold you back. If you went through a childhood of neglect and abandonment, this is part of what's holding you back, because this is why you're prioritizing love. You don't know how to love yourself, so you're looking for someone out there to give you love, and then you'll move forward. Others of you, maybe you were hurt in friendships, so you don't want to form bonds. Maybe you were hurt in a business association. You don't want to form business partnerships, but it's becoming your own personal demon. That's how strong it's getting. Whatever this is, whether it's a relationship, whether it's procrastination, but it's mostly coming from disappointment, sorrow, and grief. It's becoming your own personal demon. So you're blocking yourself, and they're saying, we need you to step into that. We need you to work through it. Use the eclipses coming up to release whatever needs to be released. Stop holding yourself back. Okay? So that was it. This might seem a little rough, but that's what I got for you. The other reading will be put on Patreon only. It will be available for sale after a month or so. And I will talk to y'all later. If you want to make sure and comment below if this resonated with you, or drop the emojis that are in the title in the comments. That helps me. Lets me know you appreciate my time and energy. Okay? Love y'all. Bye-bye.